parents, families, teachers of our IB graduating class of 2020, welcome to this very special occasion as we celebrate the wonderful achievements of this exceptional group of young men and women.
2020년도 졸업생 학부모님, 가족 친지 여러분, 교과 지도 선생님, 이제 막 어른이 된 우리 뛰어난 13학년 학생들의 성취를 축하하는 이 자리에 참석해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다.
Whilst I am deeply sorry that we cannot have parents join us today in the PAC, I am delighted that we have been able to open the school in time to have this ceremony and to give our graduates the send-off that they deserve.
오늘 PAC의 학부모님을 직접 모시지 못해 진심으로 송구하고 안타깝습니다. 하지만 우리 학생들의 졸업식을 학교 캠퍼스 안에서 진행할 수 있게 되어 감격스럽고 기쁩니다.
As head of sixth form, I'm incredibly proud of this group of students, not only for the remarkable hard work and dedication that has been their hallmark throughout their time in Halla, but also for the resilience and the adaptability they have shown as they have adapted to the global situation that has brought such drastic and sudden uncertainty to their lives.
식스폼 총 책임 교사로서 올해 졸업하는 우리 학생들이 너무나도 자랑스럽습니다. 할라 하우스에서 지내던 기간 동안 보여준 학업에 전념하는 태도뿐만 아니라 예기치 못하고 전례 없던 상황 속에서도 뛰어난 적응력과 회복력을 보여주었기 때문입니다.
To our graduates, I very much look forward to welcoming you back in the future as ONLJ. In hearing of all your inevitable successes beyond these walls, but today is all about celebrating all that you have already achieved.
졸업생 여러분, 앞으로 NACS 제주 동문인 올드 노스 런던 제주로서 학교에 방문해 주실 날을 기다리도록 하겠습니다. NACS 제주 울타리 밖에서 여러분들이 거두는 훌륭한 성과와 스토리가 너무나도 기대가 됩니다. 오늘은 여러분이 지금까지 NACS 제주에서 거둔 성과에 집중하고 축하하는 자리입니다. 오늘 마음껏 즐기시고 서로 축하해 주십시오.
Enjoy your day. You have certainly earned it.
네, 오늘 서로 축하하는 자리에서 만나 뵙게 되어서 반갑습니다.
And I would now like to welcome our principal, Ms. Lynn Oldfield, for the valedictory address.
네, 이제 총교장 선생님이신 린 올드필드 선생님의 연설이 있겠습니다.
Good afternoon and welcome to the class of 2020, their parents, our staff and the whole NLCS Jeju community.
네, 2020년 졸업식에 참여해 주신 모든 NLCS 제주 공동체 여러분 진심으로 환영합니다.
A valedictory is a speech expressing farewell, but my farewell is to speed you onto the next important stage in your life. You are moving on to an amazing range of universities across the world in the next few years. But this is not a permanent goodbye. As alumni of North London Collegiate School here in Jeju, you will always have a home here. And we trust you will stay in contact with all of us here, with both your fellow students and teachers.
총교장으로서 학생들에게 전하는 졸업연설은 작별을 고하는 훈화이겠지만 제가 여러분께 드리는 메시지는 여러분 앞에 펼쳐진 다음 여정으로 전진하는 데 속도를 높이는 것이 목적입니다. 세계 유수의 대학을 향해 나아가기 위해 NLCS 제주를 떠나게 되지만 우리의 교제와 인연은 여기서 종료가 되는 것이 아닙니다. 이제 NLCS 제주 동문이라는 이름으로 이곳 NLCS 제주가 앞으로도 평생 여러분의 고향이 될 것입니다. 여기 남아있는 우리들에게 그리고 친구들과 선생님들에게 꼭 연락을 해주시기 부탁드립니다.
Although I've only got to know you over this past year, all of you here are testament to our belief that we have floors, not ceilings. You have seized the opportunities that you have experienced and reached out there to work hard, take risks, explore your passions, and discover who you are. You are all ambitious and have made the most of the many talents and gifts that each of you have. You have progressed through this school so that you have become more outward-looking and ready for the next important stage in your life. I recognize in you your inner strength and confidence through your sense of commitment, compassion, and service, as well as seeing before me independent and internationally minded young adults.
현재 13학년 학생들과 제가 알고 지낸 시간은 비록 짧지만 여기 있는 모든 졸업생들은 학생의 잠재력과 역량을 펼칠 수 있게 한다는 NSCS 제주의 교육 신념의 산 증인이 되어 주었습니다. 여러분들은 열심히 공부했고 모험을 하고 열정을 찾고 본인 스스로가 어떠한 사람인지 발견하기 위해 도전하고 직접 부딪혔습니다. 야망을 가지고 각자가 가진 재능과 은사를 능동적으로 활용하여 빛을 발하게 하였습니다. NSCS 제주에서 수학하면서 세상을 향해 밖으로 나아가게 되고 삶의 여정에서 다음 문을 열고 들어갈 수 있도록 준비하는 시간을 거쳤습니다. 이제 제 앞에 있는 졸업생 여러분들은 단순히 독립적이고 국제적인 마인드를 갖춘 젊은 인재이기만 한 것이 아니라 내적 힘과 자신감도 갖춘 것 같습니다. 이러한 내적 힘과 자신감은 사명감, 긍휼한 마음, 섬기는 태도에서 기인하였다 생각됩니다.
Each of you has achieved academic excellence in many different disciplines. But above all, you are aspirational thinkers whom universities will value and respect.
여러분 각자는 다양한 분야에서 학문적 우수성을 얻었지만 무엇보다도 대학들이 원하는 인재상인 포부 넘치고 청운의 뜻을 세울 수 있는 사고의 소유자입니다.
Each of you has developed a true understanding of self-awareness with a deep understanding of where your future passions lie and indeed for some, future direction of your careers.
각자의 열정과 미래의 방향에 대한 깊이 있는 이해를 개발시키기도 했습니다.
Each of you has shown resilience and determination through these difficult and challenging times, but have held fast to your core beliefs and values. You have developed a strong moral and ethical code, which has determined how you act now and in the future. You are truly global citizens, espousing the importance of diversity, international mindedness, and a rejection of discrimination, racism, and bigotry.
여러분 각자는 코로나19로 어렵고 도전이 되는 시간 동안 신념과 가치를 굳게 지키면서 뛰어난 극복력을 보여주었습니다. 여러분이 각자 견고하게 세운 도덕, 윤리적 가치와 생각이 앞으로 행동에 영향을 미치게 될 것입니다. 여러분은 다양성과 국제적 마인드의 중요성을 지지하면서 동시에 인종차별 및 모든 종류의 편협함과 차별을 배설물로 여기는 진정한 글로벌 시민입니다.
Most of you, over the next few years, will be living away from South Korea and your families as you take up your places at university. You have the strength of character and confidence, as well as the skills and attributes needed to be successful and to be prepared for future successes and challenges.
지금 이곳에 모인 졸업생 중에 상당수 많은 학생들이 대학 진학으로 한국과 가족들을 떠나 꿈을 향해 나아가게 됩니다. 성공을 할 수 있는 역량과 능력도 지녔지만 자신감과 내적 자질 또한 갖추었습니다.
We are conscious of the history, culture, and charitable intentions of our founder, Frances Mary Buss, in London, as a pioneer of girls' education. Here at North London School in Jeju, we endeavour to prepare boys and girls for a life of learning, leadership, service, and personal fulfilment. An exceptional British education remains at the forefront of world educational practice, and remains so as it continues to evolve and take account of a changing world. We are confident and know that our students are prepared for study at the best universities anywhere in the world, as seen by the success of our alumni in their undergraduate studies. As you leave North London Collegiate School Jeju, I congratulate you on what I know will be your success in the IB Diploma Programme. And as you join our alumni, I wish you every success in your chosen path at universities across the world.
영국 여학생 교육의 선구자 역할을 하였던 프란세스 메리 버스의 교육 철학, 문화, 자애로운 의도와 그 교육적 이념이 NACS 제주에 전달되어 NACS 제주는 학생들이 배우는 삶, 리더십, 다른 사람을 섬기는 태도, 그리고 개인적 성취를 거두도록 지도하고 있습니다. 영국 본교의 영국식 교육은 변하는 세상 속에서도 여전히 귀감이 되고 있습니다. NACS 제주를 졸업한 선배들을 보아서 알 수 있듯이 저는 우리 2020년 졸업생들 또한 세계 유수의 대학에서 매우 성공적인 또 다른 사례를 만들 수 있으리라 확신합니다. NACS 제주의 졸업을 진심으로 축하하고 IB 디플로마 프로그램을 성공적으로 완수한 것도 축하드리며 이제 NACS 제주 동문으로 계속해서 2년을 이어갈 수 있게 되어서 기쁩니다. 여러분의 건승을 기원하겠습니다.
I want to thank not only the outgoing Big Eight, but also all of you here who have contributed so much to life at NLCS Jeju through your hard work and efforts in creating a unique and vibrant school. You have contributed to every aspect of school life, and your time has created memories for each of you and for us that will never be forgotten.
빅에이트뿐만 아니라 여기 있는 모든 졸업생들에게 진심으로 감사의 마음을 전하고 싶습니다. 여러분들의 학문에 대한 열정과 노력이 우리 학교를 특별하고 활기가 넘치게 만들어 주었습니다. 여러분의 손길과 노력으로 캠퍼스 여기저기가 더욱더 빛이 났습니다. 오랫동안 여러분을 기억하도록 하겠습니다.
It is now time for you to leave us and make new memories and a real difference in the world. So good luck, and you have our best wishes for your future success and happiness.
이제 떠나야 할 때가 되었습니다. 새로운 곳에서 새로운 기억과 추억을 만들고 세상의 아름다운 변화를 만들어 주기를 기대합니다. 항상 행복하고 하는 일마다 형통하기를 축복합니다.
Thank you.
감사합니다.
To receive their certificates, I would now like to welcome to the stage, led by their tutor, Mr. Niall Scarlett, our first tutor group.
Hello. It has been quite the challenge for me trying to fill the boots of the wonderful Miss McCusker. It has been a quick year as tutor of year 13, Hala East Day, and I cannot believe that this year has almost passed. Starting off with Jihoon. Jihoon, I can confidently say that Jihoon has had a fulfilling life as a student of NLCS Jeju, making the most of every opportunity presented to her. Academically brilliant, a member of the Big Eight, her involvement with the Lucidity magazine, to name a few. You began NLCS Jeju as a young girl, and you're now leaving here today a balanced and principled young woman. Changho. I first met Changho about 5 years ago as a young student finding his way. I am impressed to see him here today, an accomplished man moving on to great things. Colin, you have given me one of my best memories as tutor of the Swarm Group, with your entertaining house assembly on resilience, making everybody laugh. It was a really good memory. Colin, good luck. Seung-bin. Seung-bin is a typical computer science student. He's definitely more of a listener than a talker. I remember you joining the school in the middle of year 10, looking a bit dazed and confused. Well, you've got all that to look forward to again now at university. Well done. You've persevered and worked towards your goals in a determined way. Jungwon. Jungwon, I'm sure you will agree that life at NLCS Jeju is fast-paced and it can be challenging to keep up with all the daily demands. but you've really impressed me with the manner in which you have overcome these challenges. Jenna, you have grown and you're continuing to grow in a way that you should be proud of. Seungmin, I first came to know Seungmin when he was Neuro House captain. I was immediately impressed with his determination to make the house a better place. He leaves behind him a legacy in the form of the Minerva Society, which has benefited from his time and energy. Contributions such as these have enriched the educational experiences of our students, so thank you. Sunwoo, you're an ambitious student and you've worked very well to make the best of yourself. It has been a pleasure to witness your development since I first came to know you. This is just a beginning for you, and I'm sure that you will make the rest of your journey a success. Hyunseung, I've known Hyunseung since she was in year 10. What a great student she has been, always getting top grades right until the end of year 13. I would like to also add that she is a punctual student. She was always the first to tutor time, even if she did immediately sleep as she waited for the others to arrive. Junsoo, I first met Junsoo. When I first met her, I was really unsure of how to take her. She has this "don't mess with me" stir look. She's not really a morning person. That's what I thought at the beginning. But over time, I grew to see that she was an extremely amicable student who has great leadership skills. Looking back, I wish I'd realized these qualities sooner. Good luck to you in your future endeavors. Seunghee's teachers describe her as a confident, diligent student. I would especially like to highlight her amazing communication skills, often texting Jennifer to tell me that she was going to be late in the morning. Bella, you should take great satisfaction in your achievements so far. And finally, Minjae. Minjae, how grateful I was to have you in my tutor group when the majority of the students were sleepy and grumpy. You're always willing to converse with me and tolerate my tutor time activities. You have a brilliant future ahead of you. How many students can say they had to turn down Cambridge University? 13 Holidays Day, it has been an honor to be your tutor. Good luck. Okay, so I would like to call up, first of all, Sungbin Cho, who's reading electronic and electrical engineering. Junsoo Cho, reading sociology. Jungwon Yu, reading economics. Chang Ho Ru, reading economics and finance. Lee Hyun Nam, reading mathematics. Kyung So Min, reading biochemistry. Sunwoo Jung, reading computer science. Min Jae-jo, reading linguistics but going to military service. Seung Min Hong, reading economics and Chinese. Sung Hee Choi, reading mathematics with economics.
안녕하세요, parents and students and esteemed colleagues. What is 13 years worth? Well, it's the greatest part of a child's life, and it's the culmination of many years of carefully tended education in theory. So what we have before us are young people eager to start the next stage of their lives, and indeed yet more education. Over the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure and honour of being tutor to 10 diverse and individual students. Some of the best students, as it turns out, such as when I was handed a pile of awards, including 2 Scholars Awards for them. They have been a fairly quiet tutor group, but this belies the fact that they've been great. We've had a few discussions on subjects of the importance of privacy in the current age, why credit cards are bad, items in the news, and I occasionally gave what I thought was profound advice on life based on personal experience. Plus also my uncensored thoughts on the handling of various world events and situations. Sorry about that. Also, I tried to emphasize the one thing that you cannot buy, and that is time. It's a precious commodity. It's something that one shouldn't waste, and as you get older, it goes by faster and faster. So I emphatically say to you, fill your lives with things that are personally meaningful, or you will have little to mark the time with, other than with life's occasional crises. So now I'd like to pay tribute to my tutor group. Michelle. Michelle is one of the most reliable people I've ever met. Never once late to tutor time, she was awarded the much-coveted Haller House Attendance Award. She also managed to get grade 7s over the entire course of the 2 years, with all subject teachers remarking on her dedication. She has a range of emerging interests, and thanks to the school's CAS programme, organised and participated in a number of biological sciences activities, including a major one at Jeju University that took much effort. She will be one of the people that we all rely on in the future. Kangwoo is a fleeting but memorable presence. With a disdain for ties, I feel that since I've known him during the past 4 years, he has developed a confidence in both himself and what he wants to achieve. An accomplished arts student, he has been awarded half and full colour awards for his time working at 9 Good Village. I was particularly impressed that he actually knew what was going on in the world, unlike many others, and could answer current affairs questions in the weekly quiz. He is a person who will instigate changes rather than following everyone else's path, an important factor in human progress. Raeeun is a mature young woman who is ready for the world. She worked steadily through the 6th form and made a name for herself in biological sciences by running a medical magazine and organising a medical fair. She was the budget coordinator on the Societies Committee and is an obvious future leader. I feel she will be a persuasive woman in anything she chooses, and is a fine example of the student success that we strive to achieve at the school. A personable student, she has been a good friend to many. Jae-sang is another student who I've known a few years since he arrived at the school. A charismatic young man, he has steadily worked through school and increased his attainment. He participated in a school trip to Cambodia with another number of our other students and helped to build a water pump for a large school there. He has shown a lot of integrity during his time at the school and is the sort of person that will stay with you through the bad times as well as the good. And in any endeavour, we'll be very, very honoured to have his involvement. Sophie is a very popular young woman who I've also known since I arrived at the school. Very keen on theatre and performance, she has memorably participated in a number of school productions in leading and supporting roles, and it is no surprise that she has already been offered a place studying theatre performance at the university she wanted. I'm sure we'll see her again in the future, and I have largely forgiven her for truanting from a couple of my physics lessons 5 years ago. A member of last year's Big Eight, she has made a positive impact for others to learn from. Tony is a hard-working student who has made great contributions to the school in the form of Secretary of the Engineering Society and bringing this to the students in the junior school. Teaching others and helping to make a positive difference to their lives is always honourable, and in addition he did some voluntary work at a nursing home on Jeju and has a very generous spirit that he is very much too modest to admit to. He's also another member of the Tutor Group to receive a Haller House Award, this time for maths. He has a lot of talent in teaching others too, which is something I'll hope he'll take a lot further in life. It's been wonderful to see Jihoon increase both in confidence and attainment over the last few years that I've known him. Another one of my previous students, he is always cheerful and a good friend to others. He wanted to read engineering at university and applied himself to making sure this happened. Jiho is a great example to younger students of the importance of focusing your efforts, and now he will find the success he wants in the best of the world's universities. I've known Erin since year 9 and was struck by her perfect English and nice accent, unlike my own. She is one of the hardest working students in the school and has consistently achieved grade 7s in all subjects, with the result that she has been awarded a Scholars Award for Biological Sciences and is yet another one of our students to get the world's best mark for a Korean language exam in year 11. She has a remarkable future ahead of her, and I hope she makes time for herself, as she certainly deserves it. Hyunseung is a talented and clever young man who has strong interests in scientific and mathematical fields, yet is also drawn to performance and arts. It was interesting to see him being creative with electronics in my technology CCA, and he worked to achieve one of the highest marks in the physics mock exam. There's a computer science department that will be honoured to have him as their student, and unfortunately a physics one that's missed out. It's a shame there isn't a year 14, as I'd really love to see what he does next. Jihoon is a deep thinker. I only wish we had spent more time in tutor discussion, as I feel he has some very original insights. Often you don't realise the talents of your tutor group, and Jihoon is a very, very accomplished artist and keen to generously give to others, as his CAS service activities prove. Another winner of a Scholars Award, this time for humanities. He has a cool demeanour and a very exciting future in whatever he turns his attention to. One can only imagine the stress and joys that went through in the last 2 years, and I certainly don't envy them this. And now they can hopefully shape a better future for all of us. 10 individuals who showcase what we do best at NLCS Jeju. 축하합니다. Thank you. Okay, Hyunjo Jang, who is reading computing. Jae-sang Kim, who is reading biomedical engineering. Soo-min Kim, who is reading Communications and Theatre. Hee-soo Lee, who is reading Biosciences. Kang-woo Lee, who is reading Business. Chaeyeon Min, who is reading Applied Medical Sciences. Jung-ho Na, who is reading Chemical Engineering. Shion Park, who is reading Medicine. Jaehyun Shin, who is reading Philosophy. And Jiho Shin, who is reading Engineering. And now please welcome Mr. Tobias Dowling in his tutor group. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Hulla East 13C. I have only known Hulla East 13C for what feels like a short time. They had Mrs. Nesbitt for year 12, and then I took over at the start of year 13. They were very, very, very quiet on the first day I met them, and I had to work very, very hard to get to know them. And after 2 months of this, they were still very, very, very quiet. I was just starting to getting to know them more when they were suddenly moved to online lessons. I tried to keep in contact with them. However, they were selective in their replies to me, and this required some following up at times. Some of these students have been at NLCS Jeju for a long time. One member of this tutor group has been here for 9 years. He started at our school the same day, well, almost the same day I did, in September 2011. 2 students have been here for 8 years, and the most recent addition was at the start of IB in 2018. One of the highlights each week was a tutor group quiz that we completed every Thursday morning. We worked hard to answer these questions together, sometimes working in teams, and sometimes sharing answers when we shouldn't. We debated some of the questions and some of the answers, and I very much enjoyed these discussions together. They were a highlight for me. Remembering our tutor times in general, I can picture the boys on one table in my chemistry lab and the girls on the other. Because my room is a lab, I cannot move the the tables, and it was always a challenge to get them mixed together. Sometimes we had to use the sofas outside the room, which were much more comfortable than the stools inside the room. One thing they all did very well was work diligently on anything that we had to do. They presented an excellent assembly on people they admire that was very well enjoyed by everyone. And in February, we celebrated their excellent work on CAS by having tutor time in a Smiley Cafe. Ijong, Minji, Hyojong, Yejin, and Shinu made the most of each tutor session. They used the time efficiently before their lessons began to get things in order for the day. While on the boys' table, Songhwan, Kyunghwan, Songju, and Minjae, they took a surgical approach to their preparations, making sure everything was just so. Shinu and Minjae would slip into the classroom quite often, only just on time, or even just over time. Raphael was willing to lead any activities that we had to complete and was very capable in this role. Hyungmin did great service for the tutor group, being the tutor group representative, and took our most pressing concern to the first meeting. The concern was open the middle gate and keep it open early so we don't have to walk around to where the guards are. I've enjoyed seeing their journey through CAS. Kyunghwan and Yejin enjoyed sport and exercise. Raphael and Minjae enjoyed languages. Shinu is fascinated with dance. Minji enjoyed art. And Ijong and Hyojong worked on science. Hyungmin enjoyed walking. Songhwan enjoyed swimming. And Songju helped with mentoring younger students. Learning does not stop at the end of school. Starting from NLCS Jeju, they will spread out across the world, studying a range of subjects in a variety of universities. Even though they will be geographically spread out, the friendships they have made here in Jeju will connect them together far into the future. They will be back here at NLCS Jeju to visit, and I very much look forward to seeing them again. I'm sure they'll have lots of valuable advice for our students. Best wishes and good luck. Right, Kyunghwan Byeon, reading Philosophy, Politics, and Economics. Raphael Dillon, reading International Relations. Shinu Kang, reading Theatre Technical Direction. Ijong Kim, reading Biomedical Sciences. Hyungmin Kim, reading Biochemical Engineering. Minji Kim, reading Architecture. Min Jae Kwak reading computer science. Hyunseung Lee reading psychology. Songhwan Lee reading economics. Yejin Lee reading business management. Songju Yoon reading economics. The next tutor group is Hulla East 13D, Mr. Jogi's tutor group.
Good afternoon. I was in two minds as to whether to do a poem or sing a song. In the end, it became a story, so let's see how this goes. So while I was thinking about a graduation day message for the year 13s, I noticed this incident in a restaurant. A little girl tripped over and fell. Immediately, both parents jumped up and consoled their daughter. Symbolically, I imagined all the moments during the last 18 years when your parents were there to provide comfort and support to you in so many different ways. You will never know the sacrifices they will have made all along and without hesitation. You are now at a stage where you will probably be leaving home and taking off as an independent young adult, ready to see the world, ready to see what the world has in store for you. My question to you, are you ready? Many lessons have been learned, I'm sure. What will matter is how you use all of your education to help make important decisions at the relevant moments. How ready are you to leave home? Academic studies get you so far, but I would like to remind you here of a few things that may be particularly significant at some stage in the near future. Boring things like dealing with laundry, vacuuming, ironing, cooking, managing your health, organizing your time, meeting and greeting people and dealing with cultural differences, shopping, managing money. Perhaps a little further down the line, big decisions, jobs, house, relationships, etc. Are you ready to see different versions of sense of humor in different places. My advice to you as a class is be open-minded, recognize these aspects that are important, and be prepared to seek advice at the right time from the right people. For me, graduation marks a successful ending of many years of hard work that also marks the exciting new beginning. It's a moment in your life when you bid farewell to your parents and numerous teachers. Be sure to thank your parents and your teachers, and remember that they will be on the end of a phone line or WhatsApp or Skype or Kakao, thinking of you as you fly off. It's a very proud moment for me to see you on this special day. Do remember your parents and your teachers. Finally, keep learning, keep dreaming, and continue persevering. You are sure to reach your goals. Thank you. Jungbin Choi, reading Civil Engineering. Sang-Hoon Choi, reading Management. Hee-jae Hwang, reading Economics and Management. Tae-il Jung, reading Mathematics and Statistics. Ga-yeon Kim, reading Animation. Hyunseung Kim, reading Information Management for Business. Joo-yeon Kim, reading Biomedical Engineering. Hong-pyo Lee, reading Business and Management. Sunwoo Lee, reading Art. Min Sung Son, reading Architecture. Min Se Song, reading Fine Arts. Thank you. Next, it's Mr. Grout, and it'll be HE Hala East 13E. Thank you.
Hala East 13E brought together a unique mix of talents and personalities. Each of these members of the group has, in his or her own way, made a very significant contribution to our NLCS Jeju community. Ian is a very reliable and determined young man. Indeed, such is his determination that the battle to get him to wear a jacket rather than his trademark chunky sweater was one that I was never going to win. Jun Boom goes about things in a thoughtful and methodical manner. That same approach will, I am sure, stand him in excellent stead at university. Alex is another young man who can be relied upon. I very much hope that he will continue to enjoy his football as he has here at university and beyond. Aidan combines a natural charm with the ability to bounce back from setbacks. Sabine is a caring young lady, as was clearly demonstrated not only in her choice of CAS experiences, but also in her willingness to be our tutor group representative this year. Seung has made a truly exceptional contribution to the school. He led the Big Eight with great distinction, and as his photo outside the library suggests, is determined to make a difference. Yuche exudes positivity and has embraced opportunities to take on responsibility. Jason has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities, notably within school sports and as a member of the Big Eight. Particularly admirable is Jason's willingness to reflect on his performance and to adapt in order to improve. So-min can be very strong-willed and shows great determination once she's decided to fully commit to a project. Adrienne is exceptionally well organized and was a highly effective tutor group representative throughout last academic year. I am confident that each member of the group will move on from NLCS Jeju well equipped to face the challenges that lie ahead. I hope that you will leave with precious memories and that you will look back on your school days here with fondness. You leave, each and every one of you, with my very best wishes for the future. Thank you. May I call up Ian Kim, who's going to be reading sociology. Mingyu Kim, who will be reading Biomedical Engineering. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Junboom Kim, who's going to be reading Biomedical Sciences. Mingyu Kim, who is going to be reading Biomedical Engineering. Na-kyun Kim, who's reading Engineering. Sabine Kim, who's reading Business Management. Seung-hoon Lee, who's going on to read International Relations. Yu-chae Lee, who'll be reading Molecular Environmental Biology. Kyung-jin Park, who's going to be reading Political Science and Economics. So-min Song, who'll be reading Environmental Geoscience. And Junsoo Yoon, who's going on to read Mechanical Engineering.
Very naughty. Good afternoon. As I watch my extraordinary young tutees embark on the next stage of their lives, one cannot help but become reflective about what an important step it is. My students have a sense that something important is happening as they finish school and take the next somewhat uncertain step in their education. But I think that they will be surprised by just how different life is when they leave the structure of school life. They will also be surprised by just how much this next step will broaden their horizons and expose them to a world of ideas that will challenge and expand and recreate their very identities. Of course, for this particular graduating class, they face a truly unique position. Never has a graduating class been sent into such an uncertain world. How should we respond? Well, I would not be an English teacher if I did not look to the poets for advice. In this case, a question posed by Mary Oliver in her poem, The Summer Day. As the poet observes nature around her, she's prompted to ask, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? It's a question that can preoccupy us in early adulthood. The world is open to you, and you must answer the question in your actions, if not in your words. It is exhilarating and terrifying and essential to consider, for you as an individual and for us as a society. Will you speak through government and the law for those who cannot speak for themselves? Will you work towards greater justice and equality? Will you be a part of a team of engineers that find solutions in agriculture or technology or for the environment? Will your biomedical research contribute to bringing the world back to health? Will you express the highest forms of humanity through music and dance so that we remember why we strive to be our best every day? Will you one day teach the next generation how to do these things? What will you do with your one wild and precious life? As I look at this young group of young people who have truly inspired me every day through their hard work, resilience, and patience, I urge you to remember that as you embark on the next stage, you can look back. Look back and see where you have come from, not only the culture of which you are all so rightly proud, but also the culture that you've been a part of in our school, one that helped you develop your values and your admirable work ethic and your global perspective, which is now more important than ever. Remember that when times are uncertain, you are built on a solid foundation. For some of you, this has been the place where you realised that your life and your work were going to have global significance, or the place where you understood exactly what you loved and were good at, and that if you pursue it with all of your energy, then success is already yours. Or it might be the place where you learned how to truly know the value of others, and that achieving your own goals comes from leading and caring for them. It might be the place where you made a change, not a mistake, but a correction in your course that leads you to a new destination, or where you went beyond what you ever thought yourself capable of. As you go through this transition, there is nothing wrong with looking back fondly and with satisfaction, but you should also look forward to who you will become as the structures of school days disappear and you begin to make your own way in the world. You will be in the most liberal environment in our tradition, the university, a place of unlimited intellectual inquiry that encourages the questioning of knowledge of every variety. It can be a little disorientating, and it can be totally freeing. I urge you to grasp this opportunity with both hands. This is not a time to tick boxes and mindlessly pass through the next steps of adulthood. It's a time that goes by all too quickly since the days are long and the years are short. Embrace this rarity, test your potential to its limits, determine what your world will become, and answer the poet's question, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? When you look back, you will see us watching with interest and not a small amount of pride as you answer the question. Thank you. Junyoung, I knew I was going to do this. Junyoung Ho, reading physics. Well done. Jihoon Kim, reading genetics and plant biology. Min Song Kim, reading Politics and International Relations. Siwon Kim, reading Engineering. Yuna Kim, reading Biomedical Sciences. Dongyeo Lee, reading Stage Management. Sorry.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Hannah Lee, reading Engineering. Hwang Lee, reading Medicinal Chemistry. Won Young Park, reading Political Science. Jimin Yo, reading Music.
That brings us to the halfway point of our ceremony. And we are now incredibly lucky to welcome onto stage one of our graduates from 2020, Miss Sherry Shen. Sherry will be performing the third piece from the 3 romances composed par Raeeun. you, Sherry. That was amazing. We'd now like to welcome the first of our tutor groups from Hala North, led by their tutor, Miss Caroline Senegadu.
Congratulations, 13 HNA, you did it. It's with considerable pride that I address you all today. You've risen to the challenge of the IB and taken setbacks in your stride, all the while staying true to who you are. Today is a cause of celebration. You say farewell to NLCS Jeju and your pre-university studies. Whilst you may never visit NLCS Jeju again, your experience here will never leave you. On a daily basis, I have witnessed you all uphold the values and ethos of our school, and they have now found a home within you. Ellie, you use your passions to give back to our community in many ways, including your work for the Lighthouse Bryant and your involvement with the LGBTQ+ society. Hwang, you worked hard when I taught you English many years ago, and this hasn't changed. I've watched you push yourself this year, and keep going, both for your academic subjects and musical pursuits. Youngjin, you've found time to balance your studies alongside completing many different projects, including working towards the preservation of our planet and the environment and your artistic talents. Brian, the focus you've shown towards your studies is remarkable. You're also not afraid to reflect on your performance and take steps to improve. Jihoon, early on you were engaged with the idea of belonging to a global community and explored this further through your involvement in the Cambodia service trip, a new challenge that you absolutely succeeded with. Yisu, I have seen your confidence blossom since we first met. You've managed to balance the IB alongside completing new physical experiences such as rock climbing, all the while keeping up with your artistic passion. Eric, I was proud to see you present a lecture as part of a societies afternoon in Year 12. You chose to take yourself out of your comfort zone for the benefit of others. Seung, I have seen you conduct yourself with sincerity and humility, taking the higher moral road even when you didn't have to. Julie, your ability to work around challenges was highlighted again recently due to COVID-19. You managed to devise a project to pursue your love of architecture and help other students, all from your home. Taerim, your perseverance is commendable. I'm so pleased you've been able to pursue subjects at IB that you're passionate about. Thank you also for the humour. We will not forget it. Rita, your work with the Children's Ward Art Companion Project was brilliant. What a wonderful way to showcase your artistic flair and caring nature. Just as you have found and continue to find your passions, I'm lucky to have found mine, literature. It's not possible to conclude this speech without referring to one of my favourite texts for some closing thoughts, The Great Gatsby. You, like me, know this novel well, and are perhaps able to recall some of its final sentiments and symbolism. Gatsby believed in the green light, the future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms further. There is no doubt in my mind that all of you will do the same when confronted with life's challenges, even those we are living with now, as history writes itself. You will keep going, you will persevere, you will succeed. Thank you. We have Taehyun Kim reading Architecture. reading literature. Hwang Choi is going to Rothschild Records as a producer. Youngjun Choi going to read architecture. Junho Ha reading aeronautical engineering. Juhee Han reading mathematical computation. Yisu Kang reading design. Jaeyoung Kil reading biomedical engineering. Seung Kim reading engineering. Taerim Koo reading communication. Talai Lee reading fine arts. I'd like to welcome Mr. Martin and his tutor group to the stage.
In English, there is an expression, 2 is company, 3 is a crowd. Now, I don't know what this means, and it bears absolutely no relevance to the rest of my talk, but it has given a nice format for an expression that does quite adequately refer to our tutor times together. 1 is a delightful conversation, 10 can be a claustrophobic silence. What I mean by that is that my tutor group is composed of 10 incredibly interesting and passionate and amazing students who can enthrall me in one-on-one conversation on a huge variety of topics. Be it the global political aftermath of the Cold War, be it the history of flight simulator software, be it inspiring young scientists to follow their passions, or be it just the current state of YouTube cooking videos. Nevertheless, when it came to tutor time, I never really managed to bring these passions together into an exciting environment. In fact, in our first year together, the most excited I ever saw you was when we decided to go with Soyoon's idea of doing mindfulness sessions. And I'm pretty sure that was mainly because you all got to fall asleep. However, I can't hold my own inabilities against you, particularly given how many amazing things the group of you have achieved over the past 2 years. In terms of academics, we have some absolutely outstanding predicted grades, and we have some amazing university offers. Outside the classroom, we have sports captains, football champions, netball champions, basketball champions, cross-country champions, golf champions, and one student who's represented Korea in a product design competition. We have students who've organised huge musical events, and students who've been an amazing part of sound engineering for them. We have students who've run sporting events for hundreds of different competitors, and we've had students raise millions of won for charity. The experiences and skills that you have shared with the school has made it a much, much better place for them. Obviously, the last few months have been difficult, and I'm sure that some of you were nervous about the end of your time at NLCS being quite anticlimactic. This wasn't reflected in your responses to my emails, given that none of you responded to me, and clearly you weren't too worried about missing out on tutor time. When I wrote this speech, I hadn't seen any of you for 3 months, and I was getting pretty nervous that I wouldn't ever get to see you again. It got to the point where I was willing to accept having to tell 5 of you to put ties on and all 10 of you to take your coats off just to get to play cards with you for one last time. Now, I like to think of myself as an optimist, and I'd like to think that some of you think of me as an optimist as well. And it is proof of that sheer optimism that I'm willing to give you one final piece of advice, despite the fact that having spent 2 years as your CAS advisor, I know that you don't really listen to anything that I say. Some of you here wear your personalities on your sleeve and happily share the skills that you have with the world. Be that through rapping on stage in front of the whole school, be that through designing your own baking classes that you share with your peers, or be that through just happily objecting to any authority figure that ever comes across you. Some of you need a little more coaxing to get your personalities out and find it a little more difficult to express yourselves openly. People want to hear your voices, people want to get to know your personalities, and people want to know your ideas. And your lives will be a lot better if you open up and share them with them. So, stay open to new ideas, new experiences, and new people. And go out there and change the world, ideally for better. So I'd like to welcome Hyunseung reading Biological Engineering. Seung Chun reading Social Sciences. Minjun Kang reading Management Science. Hyunsoo Kim reading Pre-Medical Studies. Soyoon Kim reading Human Development. Bomin Lee, reading International Relations. Jihoon Pak, reading Business and Political Economy. Chilhyung Park, reading Engineering. Urim Park, reading Architecture. Songwon Yang, reading Electrical and Computer Engineering. I'd like to welcome Miss Paliwell's Tutor Group.
Greetings and hearty congratulations to this unique class of 2020. Good afternoon, everyone. Saying goodbye to these wonderful people is a tough one. For the last 2 years, we started our days together, during which time we have shared successes, failures, anxieties, and everything else in between. I chased them relentlessly for caste, punctuality, dress, academics, and all of them, without exception, took everything in their stride. They voiced their opinions, moaned about school policies, some more than the other, but they almost always did the right thing. And as a group, they rose to the occasion by showcasing their best despite whatever challenges came their way. They're unique and exceptional as they probably, and hoping that it stays so, are the first batch ever to be getting the diploma without having to write their exams. Lucky you. Exceptional also because they face challenges like the world has not seen before, and because they're going to be a part of this new world order. Being part of their journeys and knowing them, I know that they have the capacities and attitudes to embrace change and ride the wave. The brief descriptions of them that I'm going to read out are not enough to capture who they really are, but then here it is. Jin Chan, she's the intellectual one of the group, alert and absorbing every bit of information while giving the impression of a quiet person, but nonetheless, a person with clear and clever thoughts and ideas. She's a keen learner of STEM subjects and is going to pursue biomedicine at university. Chai Lim Kang, she's the artistic one. She has a strong personality and over time has produced a wide variety of interesting artworks. She has used art to bring awareness on sensitive issues and has also led fashion events in the school. She would be pursuing a course related to fashion design. Sewon Kim, or our big-eyed, cheerful lady, is yet another scientist in the group. She enjoys learning biochemistry. She enjoys learning and biochemistry is her area of interest, which is what she's going to pursue in college. She has contributed immensely in different areas in school and interned at the UCL biology lab, which is quite an achievement. Brian H. Lee, he is also the creative one. He has been in the school musicals, rock bands, and theater. Photography and filmmaking are clearly his passion areas, though psychology also remains as his area of interest. He has run the Filmmaking Society in school and attended the Cannes Film Festival as an intern. He has offers from LSE and UCL, to name a few. He's almost set to attend the New York University to pursue a course in film and television, and he's also weighing in on some other options. Junsoo Lee, he's a fabulous human being and is interested in theater and business. I will remember him as the happy-go-lucky man, and for my constant reminders to him to wear his necktie, a piece of clothing he most definitely dislikes. I wish him the best in life. Jihoon Park is yet another scientist in the group, but different from the biochemists. He's keen on electrical engineering and has a number of credible offers and is most likely to go to Cooper Union Mechanical Engineering. I'll miss him for his one-on-one conversations with me, where he came across as a person full of ideas and much to say. Hyomin Peck is an optimist and an empathetic young lady, and the world would be a much better place if we had more and more like her. She cares for people in the most genuine manner, and thus her interest in studying psychology at university is such a befitting choice. I wish that her chosen path puts her on course where she can continue to make positive contributions in the life of many. Hyunseung, she's the artist, and she enjoys art so much that she's willing to spend all her time just doing that. She has effectively used art to convey social messages in the community around her. I will miss her lively presence with an ever-inclusive element of drama. Yingzi, he's the conscientious one and one of the most informed of the group. I'll remember him as a musician, and he's going to pursue a course in finance and has received a number of offers. He's most likely to study at Warwick. So, goodbyes are not my thing, but I will still say this: travel more, take more risks, and be in touch. Thank you. Jin Chan. She'll be reading biomedical engineering. Chai Lim Kang, fashion design. Sevon Kim, biochemistry. Brian Lee. Film and television. Junsoo Lee will be studying business. Jihoon Park, mechanical engineering. Hyomin Peck, business and management. Junsoo, design. Yingzi Wang, Accounting and Finance. Hala North 13D, Ms. Cha.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure we have all appreciated the development of technology in the past few months. But long before the development of technology that gave us computer, quantum mechanics, and GPS satellites, generations of brilliant minds built up the basic mathematical ideas and tools that sit at the foundation of our understanding of math and its relationship to the world. With my tutor group this year, I can see how they could contribute to the future as famous mathematicians did before them. Euler was one of the most prolific mathematics of all time and contributed to a number of fields. You can see from Christine's involvement in LCS Jeju and outer community that she is the most productive tutee of our class. Christine's drive reflects that of Euler's, as both were making more innovative contribution than many others. Noted for his optimism about the universe, unlike many other mathematicians, Leibniz was charming, well-mannered, and had humor. He had many friends and admirers all over Europe, similar to my tutee, James. James was the captain of the rugby team who showed continuous dedication and commitment to his teammates, being a great role model for younger year groups. Perhaps this is the name that you've heard the most during all your math classes here, Pythagoras. His contemplative nature led him to explorations of geometry and numbers. This thoughtful nature was seen in Claude every time I met him. Just like the Pythagorean triples, Claude was one that liked to be organized. Did you know that Archimedes was able to outdo even his own accomplishments by estimating the value of pi to a remarkably precise value? This level of mathematical sophistication meant Archimedes was nearly 2 millennia ahead of his time. Like Archimedes, Seung was the one tutee that was always ahead with her assessment pieces. Now, even the non-mathematicians would have heard of this name, Newton. He was also known for his reserved personality. Unfortunately, Brenda is not here with us today as she is still in China. Brenda was in my tutor group in year 8, and again I had the delight of her presence this year. Just like how Newton kept silent about some of his mathematical discoveries for years, most times I found something about Brenda's achievement after a few weeks or months. Pascal is known for his Pascal's triangle, a remarkably elegant way to calculate binomial coefficients. Juliet is well known for her lovely outfits. Pascal was also one of the originators of probability theory. Juliet's original ideas and work on her service was amazing, and many non-Korean students will definitely benefit from the wonderful brochures she has made for Jeju Tourism Experience. Next is Gauss. He was known as the Prince of Mathematicians. And yes, as you may have guessed already, it's Andy. Gauss made noteworthy contribution to most fields of 19th century mathematics. He was an obsessive perfectionist, preferring to rework and improve theorems first. This perfectionism was always shown in Andy's perfect gentleman's suit, including the matching socks, and how punctual he was to our tutor time. Ada Lovelace is known for her computational mathematics. Jessica is a student who might appear to be calculating whether she'll talk to you. However, her friendly nature is clearly evident when you approach her. Lovelace's mathematical abilities enabled her to establish a close relationship with Charles Babbage. In Helena 13D, Jessica has formed strong relationships with her peers and myself. The infinite series theory, developed by the extremely shy Raeeun, who needed extensive preparation before any public speaking engagement, is apparent in Junmo. In every report, Junmo's teachers commented on how quiet he was. Often seen as quite shy, but wait until you speak to him one-on-one. I think I'm one of the few lucky ones to have seen this side of him. Finally, the list of famous mathematicians cannot end without Euclid. He introduced the idea of rigorous proof. His work, Elements, has remained perhaps the most central guiding principles of mathematics for over 2 millennia. Cherry's achievements so far are exceptional, as many of you know already. I'll be thrilled to hear about her future findings, and I look forward to teaching my future student these. As with the continuous development and findings in mathematics, graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is a part of the larger journey of life. Life is a long journey, and all accomplishment you have achieved at NLCS Jeju should be taken as a starting point for further achievement. This valedictory should serve as a launching point, projecting you to wherever your future are meant to take you. Thank you. We now have Yuri Bae reading Dentistry. Yutong Guy, reading Psychology. Sadly, Yutong is unable to join us today. So our next one up is Jaeun Jung, reading Arts. Junmo Kang, reading Fine Arts. Hyunjin Kim, reading Sports Science. Seung Kim, reading Applied Mathematics. Lee, reading Environmental Engineering. Hemin Oh, reading Performance Studies. Jisung Park, reading Biology. Gonyeon Shen, reading Mathematics.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's an emotional day, not just for my graduating class, but this is my first tutor group at NLCS, so it's an emotional day for me as well. I've had the pleasure of seeing this collection of young people flourish and develop into a diverse group of individuals with different strengths and interests. They've had many experiences and developed a range of skills during a time here at NLCS. And hopefully those will stay with them for the rest of their lives. But they're not just a collection of individuals, as they've also grown and flourished into a group. In fact, my 11 members have developed into quite a formidable team, and I actually wondered what they would look like on paper. So I'm going to give you my HN 13E football starting 11. Now, the first name on the team sheet needs to be someone who's solid, reliable, unflappable, with a steady and safe pair of hands. And I can't think of anyone better than Junhyuk Jack Kim to be the last line of defense. Someone who's never fazed by anything, not even a Cambridge interview. In front of him, I'm going to put two central defenders of Jaewon Asher Park and Juwon Simon Kim. What I like about these two is that Asher is someone who can spot a difficult situation early. He has that ability to see a problem before it manifests itself. And combined with Simon, who has that incredible calming influence and ability to smooth a situation over, I think that has the potential to be an extremely effective pairing. If I were to put someone on the left, I think that would have to be Seung Bin Choi. What he has is a tremendous tenacity, and he's never one to give up on lost causes, and an athlete who served the rugby team and football team so well over the years. He's the ideal fullback in the squad. On the other side, I would put Hak Jun Lee. What I like about Hak Jun Lee, he has an unbelievable ability to focus on what he has to do. He's able to blot out almost anything that's going on around him. Distractions, people trying to, remove his focus when he's in the boarding house, or anything that goes on in tutor time. And for that reason, I think he's the ideal addition to a big game squad. In the middle, I would have the dynamic duo of the tutor group, Jiwoo Haley Kim and Jung Yun Do. So much comes through these two during tutor time. They act as the driving force for the group. Winning quizzes, making quizzes, these two are irrepressible, and they are the linchpins of the tutor group. On the right, I would have someone, because in every team or in every group, you need a source of unwavering positivity. And for that, I would ask for Isabel Yoon to be there. The first to celebrate anyone's success, or any success whatsoever, whether it's hers or anyone else's. The ideal addition to the team. On the right, I would have Seyeon Jennifer Yoon. So much potential in this young lady, and we've seen it develop over these last 2 years in CAS and in her other interests. She also has that remarkable ability to maintain consistency, and that will serve her well in her future studies. In an attacking position, I would have someone that would give the side a real creative influence. And for that, I would choose Soo-min Oh. She has this ability to sort of do something different, to go off script. And that creativity will serve her well and has served her well during the art show last night. The final position would be Rachel So. Unerring and decisive, Rachel combines a steely determination with a relentless will to win, the ideal partner to Soo-min's creativity. It's almost a shame to break up such a formidable team, but break up they must, and in the future I wish them all the success and all the happiness in the world. Thank you. First up, we have Sungbin Choi. Sungbin will be making a transition from high school to tertiary education. Next up, we have Junghyun Do. Junghyun Do will be reading film, video, new media, and animation. Then we have Jiwoo Kim. Jiwoo will be reading History of Art. Next up, we have Juwon Kim. Juwon will be reading Engineering and Architectural Design. Then we have Jun-hyuk Kim. Jun-hyuk will be reading Engineering. Reading Biomedical Sciences, we have Hak-jun Lee. Reading Fashion Design, Soo-min Oh. Jaewon Park. We'll be reading Life Sciences and Psychology. Chaeyeon So, reading Design. Heejin Yoon will be reading Liberal Arts. And finally, Seyeon Yoon, who will be reading Biochemistry. whilst I try to console myself now, I would like to welcome Miss Deans, Helen North, HN 13F. Thank you.
Wow. 13F, eh? Just to set the record straight on the quietest class competition, I think we win it, and there's no one coming after us to even challenge us on that, so fantastic.
So each day, Mr. Tuffs and I would spend many, many minutes trying to get them to talk, share, get silly, and while they generally protested, we did have a lot of good laughs. Some of these moments were related to someone's specific love of cheese.
Fantastic. And we have one last chance to completely freak them out before they leave. So, if you please, it's an ode to your cheeses. After it.
Cool, sophisticated, seems worth $1 trillion, exclusively staying only at the Hilton. She's a top-notch, trendy piece of Stilton.
Cheese. Lucy.
Dependable, intelligent, not a priss. Collected under pressure, even when amiss. She's a delicate, smooth, thin slice of Swiss.
Cheese. Daniel.
Hustling hard on the court's baller shoes. Stunting, falling, bumping, breaking with his crew. Nothing stopping this smooth, piquant bit of blue.
Cheese.
Uber calm under pressure, he's a sheer pro. Reppin' knowledge of the players on the diamond, yo. This gentleman's a sharp bit of nacho.
Cheese. Grace.
Full of wit, ever chill, bio shredder. Open-minded, speaks the truth, nothing better. She's a fun, Kahoot winning chunk of cheddar.
Cheese.
Dressing well, driving fast, a reserved fella. Superhero in the pool, no Cinderella. This guy's a flexible stick of mozzarella.
Theo.
Learning languages on YouTube, he's just gotta. Dropping sick beats like whacking a pinata. A cool, trendy, hipster textured ball of burrata.
Cheese.
30 lipsticks of all colors, never gloomy. Disney princess, multilingual, caring roomy. She's a most delicious grilled savory slice, halloumi. Anyway, it's been a great year. We are going to miss you, and so we would like to end by saying, cheese. We'd like to start with Shinwei, reading Engineering and Architectural Design. Yeji Jun, reading Law. Sekyoung, reading Criminal Justice. Dohyun Kim, reading Sociology. Junsoo Kim, reading Policy Management. Raeeun Lee, reading Medicinal Chemistry. Jihoon Park, reading Sports and Exercise Science. Miriam Roberts, reading Global Korean Studies.
So with our class of 2020 having now graduated, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Miss Seung Shin and Miss Hwang, graduates from 2015, who are going to talk to us about our Alumni Association, to which you all now belong.
We're not going to be that great talk of cheese, but hello all, this is Seung Shin.
Hwang.
We are an LCS Jeju class of 2015. This is quite special for me because I remember sitting on the PAC stage just exactly 5 years ago. I just want to say a huge well done. You survived, you made it, you did it, enjoy it.
Having graduated from U.S. college, I personally want to say that you should go on to university having an open mind. And I know many of you are going to a different country and probably not lived there in your whole life and very scared. And I personally think it is very important for you to be taking risks and being open-minded about who you're going to meet, being open about different ideas and trying out new things. And that's very important because you are going to really savor those relationships and learn from other people. And that's something that I savor the most from my experience. And like me and Seung-yeon, I wish you could come back one day and talk to your friends and students at NLCS Jeju and talk about your experience and really think about how communities of your past have developed who you are today. And we are really happy to be here, congratulating you on your graduation. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your life and really fly. Thank you.
We will be staying around after the ceremony, so if anyone would like to come talk to us about anything, we welcome you. And now we will watch a short video clip put together by alumni representatives to congratulate you on your graduation and welcome you all as new members of alumni. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jihoon Kim, the president of ONLJ. First of all, on behalf of all ONLJ members, congratulations on your graduation and recent accomplishments. I believe graduating NLCS Jeju is more than just finishing high school. because as well as accommodating us with the education for the next level of studies, the school also helps us to make important transition as a person with various experiences. And this allowed us to establish our own principles in life. Also, the unique interaction between students at NLCS Jeju enables us to form lifelong affiliation as well as developmental relationships. So, whatever our age, there's an instant bond amongst NLCS Jeju graduates and an amazing willingness to support each other. And based on all these benefits from the school, graduating NLCS Jeju could also mean you have proven yourself that you have grown up to be more than a fine student to a fine person. Therefore, we look forward to continuing these special bonds and sharing all the opportunities and challenges in ONLJ. ONLJ is an official Alumni Association of NLCS Jeju, which is specifically led by a group of elected graduates consisting of class representatives, global delegates, bridge creatives, and a core leadership team. And as a group, we believe in expanding life experiences and career opportunities through dynamic relationships and an incredible array of network we continue to form with the other fellow graduates across the world. Once again, congratulations on your graduation, and we are very proud to welcome each of you to ONLJ. I wish you all the best for your new chapter of life, and stay safe.
Hello NLCS class of 2020. First of all, well done for getting there alive, and congratulations on graduating today. My name is Brian, and I've graduated from NLCS in 2017, and I'm currently the leader of class team in ONLJ. In class team, we're made up of students that represent each year group. We try to accommodate as many people as possible into our community, which also means that a couple of you will be helping me and many others to make it even better. Once again, a really big congratulations on your graduation, and I hope to see you soon in one of our events.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophie Lee and I graduated from NLCS Jeju in 2014. I'm currently the team leader of ONLJ Global Team and also the US branch representative. Our team aims to foster a well-connected global alumni community, and our main initiative is called ONLJ Alumni Meet Global that happens every fall semester. So finally, and most importantly, congratulations on your graduation class of 2020. You made it, and welcome to ONLJ. Lastly, take care everyone, stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Oh, hello, this is Junsoo Andrew Han from class of 2015. Currently, I am a leader of Bridge Team and the Arts representative. Our team aim is to make advertising videos and posters of upcoming ONLJ events. Also, my job is to make events that alumni can participate during Arts Festival and make connections between graduates and current students. Sadly, we cannot do this time because of COVID virus. Congratulations all, class of 2020, with your hard work and success. Wish you all the best and stay safe from the virus. Last but not least, congratulations more to our visual arts students.
It is now my great pleasure to invite Min Sung-son to the stage. Min Sung first walked through the gates of NLCS Jeju in 2011, when our wonderful school first opened, as an eager, excited Year 5 boy. He graduates today, a fine young man with offers to some of the best universities in the world. It has been quite a journey, as it has for all of our graduates, and especially for those special few who were here on that very first of first days.
Good afternoon. It's ironic that what was once a mystical entrance is now a long-anticipated exit. 9 years ago, the 10 of us founding students first stepped into the gate of our then newly opened school. Today, we step out of the very same gate for the very last time, with the same mixture of excitement and fear we felt on our first day here, but this time for the wider world. There is a tree on the way from the school to the Hala houses, beside the tall tower in a round-shaped field of grass. We walked past it every time we decided to miss breakfast, or as we moved to the first lesson on Fridays after house assemblies. That tree used to be short and thin when we first got here in 2011. It had to be supported constantly with wooden planks because it couldn't bear the strong Jeju wind. But over time, it grew, and now seems to be strong enough to stand on its own. We all grew with that tree. Once timid Year 5 children who barely knew how to write a proper email, we are now ready for the next stage of our lives, pursuing our own interests in myriad fields and cultures. In doing so, we are now ready to be properly independent, without planks of our own, probably for the first time in our lives. Regardless of whether we realized it or not, whenever we saw that the tree became taller and thicker, however so slightly, we were growing too, physically, mentally, and intellectually. But make no mistake, for although I deliver a founding student address, I know that this process of growth was not singular to us founding students. Whenever you joined the NLCS Jeju community, you grew with the rest of us from that moment. Chances are, you became a more knowledgeable, more caring, or even a wiser person during your time here, and you will cherish your memories from it. The pessimists among us might question how this is possible, given the countless fallouts, disagreements, misunderstandings, fights, unwanted all-nighters, frustrations, and burnt bridges that tend to accumulate through just about anyone's school years. If you know such a person, don't preach to them that our school has been an exception, because it hasn't. Tell them instead that affection stems not because of certain traits, but despite them. That we have all grown together through thick and thin is enough for a reason why we'll remember NLCS with a smile rather than with a frown. Even in our darkest, most stressful moments in NLCS Jeju, we as a cohort were growing, improving, learning lessons, and being strengthened for other moments that'll surely come later in life. That's why I feel confident in saying that we, the founding students, will not only miss each other, but the entirety of the class of 2020 as we look back fondly on our school lives. Of course, the lone tree beside the tower isn't the most magnificent tree you'll find on Jeju, let alone the wider world. It still has a lot more to grow, and so do we. As much we have developed as learners and humans, we are far from perfect or successful in life. Our perseverance and resilience will prove to be essential for us as we sail through the world, and the tree will be a good reminder of that, wherever we are headed next. It is on this note that I end my address. The day is ours to celebrate, the day towards which we all have been toiling. It is my hope that even a global pandemic will not stand between us and our well-deserved acknowledgement of the fact that today has finally come. Congratulations to each and every one of us. Here's to a new journey, a new beginning. Thank you.
Finally, I invite Sung-hoon Lee and Won-yeon Park, who led the student body with such poise and distinction throughout their tenure as head boy and head girl, to the stage to give our closing address.
Dear all, thank you for celebrating our valedictory physically and virtually. Before we start with the ending address, there will be a moment of silence for Memorial Day in order to commemorate the men and women who died in military service during the Korean War and other significant battles that have established the grounds of where we are today.
자리에 직접 와주신 분들, 혹은 영상으로 졸업식을 보고 계신 분들, 모두 귀한 시간 내주셔서 감사합니다. 연설 시작에 앞서 현충일을 맞이하며 순국선열과 호국영령에 대한 묵념이 있겠습니다.
Thank you.
이상입니다.
Dear class of 2020, we've made it. Our valedictory is more valuable than ever as we've earned it amid this unprecedented global pandemic. Thank you for coming together safely during these difficult times to celebrate another significant step in our journeys.
졸업생 여러분, 우리가 해냈습니다. 코로나라는 역경에도 불복하지 않고 결국 여기까지 왔기에 우리의 졸업식은 그 어떤 졸업식들보다도 소중하고 값집니다. 힘든 시기임에도 불구하고 꿋꿋이 우리들의 여정이 길이 남을 이 자리에 우리 모두가 참석할 수 있어서 정말 다행입니다.
When I brainstormed the keywords that could be common within our year group, it was something along the lines of submitting management files at 8:59 p.m. when it was due at 9, somehow trying to make everything into CAS, writing 2,000 words in one night with our best friend Monster, or escaping from Mr. Pettifor, who we did not have, are still pretty ugly lanyards. Imagine what our ancestors like King Sekyoung would think of us. Probably petrified at the fact that we could possibly be leading this country in the next coming years.
우리 학년의 이미지를 처음 떠올려 봤을 때 제가 처음으로 떠올랐던 모습은 이랬습니다. 9시가 데드라인인 과제를 8시 59분에 업로드한 후에 안도의 한숨을 내쉬고 몬스터 에너지 드링크와 함께 밤을 새며 2000자 에세이를 하룻밤 만에 작성하고 명찰을 매지 않은 걸 걸릴까 봐 패티포 선생님으로부터 재빠르게 도망치는 그런 모습. 이런 아이들이 머지않아 우리나라를 대표하게 될 인재들로 성장할 것이라니 세종대왕님께서 보시면 기겁하시지 않을까 한편으로는 걱정이 되기도 했습니다.
But in all seriousness though, let's move on to the things that we're good at, some positives. Perseverance, teamwork, and sometimes a role model for the younger students. We've accomplished so much as a year group. Whether it's voicing our opinions to affect change or setting academic records nationally. We take the initiative to better ourselves and our surroundings, whether it's serving the Jeju local community or raising awareness of international issues that encompass all of us. We're feisty. We fight for values that we're passionate about. I believe that this is all the more important as we look forward to what society offers us. A time where we experience sparks of changing happening so quickly and transnationally. To name just a few, we will be part of a generation where we would have to find our own solution to climate change, go beyond social media activism, and discover something that I can't imagine as of now.
그래도 조금 더 생각을 해본 결과 인내심, 협동심, 리더십이라는 키워드도 함께 떠오르기 시작하더군요. 변화를 위해 두려워 않고 각종 위험을 불사르는 자신감부터 대학 진학 신기록을 갈아치우는 뛰어난 학업 성취도까지 돌아보면 우리 학년이 지난 몇 년간 우리 학교와 더 넓은 사회에 끼친 긍정적인 영향은 검증된 것 같습니다. 우리들은 자그마한 제주 지역 사회의 문제부터 국경을 넘나드는 글로벌 이슈에 이르기까지 항상 새로운 아이디어와 의지를 가지고 도전하며 끊임없는 변화를 꾀하고 있습니다. 또 옳다고 생각하는 것들을 지키기 위해 때로는 용기 있게 싸웁니다. 하루가 멀다 하고 변화하는 현재 사회에서 우리가 가진 마음가짐은 빛을 발할 것입니다. 나날이 심각해져가는 기후변화 문제에 대한 해답을 찾고 전 세계가 한 목소리로 평등을 외치고 지금으로서는 생각지도 못할 기술을 발명해야만 하는 우리 세대에게 지금 우리 졸업생들이 가진 마음가짐은 필수 불가결하기 때문입니다.
From year 11 students who felt like adults while wearing formal suits and wobbly high heels, we've actually become real adults. It's our turn to write the lines of history, hopefully the good parts. Now I get that I'm talking about far-sighted ideas, but that's fine. We all hardly have the key answers right now, and we still have lots to learn. But if we continue to look past the current hardships about what we have, we will find the best way to contribute to our society, and we'll do our part. So let's embrace our class for what we do and who we are, whether it's big or small.
어설프게 어른 행세를 하던 2년 전 11학년 우리에게 품이 맞지 않아서 어벙했던 양복과 흐들거리던 하이힐이 이제는 제법 잘 어울리는 듯합니다. 성인이 된 우리는 이제 세상의 주인공이 되어 문제들을 해결하고 사회를 더 나은 방향으로 바꾸어갈 책임을 떠안게 되었습니다. 너무 먼 미래의 일을 이야기하고 있다고요? 그럴지도 모르겠습니다. 아직 조그마한 문제들에 대한 해답조차 찾지 못했고 또 아직은 당돌하고 한편으로는 무식한 20살입니다. 하지만 지금 우리가 지닌 자신감과 긍지, 열정만 그대로 유지한다면 언젠가 우리는 해내고 있을 것이라 믿습니다. 마치 우리가 오늘 이 자리에 설 수 있게 된 것처럼요.
Together with all this hope for our brightest futures, we are now left with a few vote of thanks. Firstly, to a very important group of guests who aren't physically with us today, but watching this moment proudly over the screens. Parents, thank you for everything. Thanks to you, we were able to grow as mature young adults, ready to take a step towards a bigger world. Thank you for going through our ups and downs together and supporting us with all the decisions that we've made. None of us would have been able to get up here without you. Please accept our heartfelt appreciation for giving us the education and mindset to challenge ourselves and go beyond our boundaries.
희망의 메시지는 잠시 접어두고 오늘 우리가 이 자리에 설 수 있도록 도움을 주신 분들께 감사의 말씀을 전하려고 합니다. 우선은 안타깝게도 우리와 이 자리에 함께 계시지는 못하지만 화면 너머로 지켜보며 뿌듯해하실 부모님께 감사의 말씀을 전합니다. 더 넓은 세상에 발을 디딜 수 있도록 키워주시고 인도해 주셔서 고맙습니다. 기쁠 때나 슬플 때나 행복할 때나 힘들 때나 항상 든든한 제 편이 되어 주셔서 고맙습니다. 이 모든 것이 가능하도록 도와주셔서 고맙습니다. 어떠한 말로도 표현할 수 없을 만큼 고맙고 사랑합니다.
Next, to the teachers and staff that act as the bridge and foundation of our school, thank you for giving us the opportunity to thrive as learners, to become more passionate about what we want to do in the future, and to question the world instead of being passive. Thank you for letting us off when we were overloaded with stress, and becoming our role models, mentors, and best friends, who we can talk to just about anything.
우리의 열정을 일깨워 주시고 세상에 수긍하는 대신 도전할 수 있는 태도를 가르쳐 주신 선생님들께도 감사의 인사를 전합니다. 단순히 학업적인 가르침을 주는 선생으로서의 벽을 허물고 존경하는 롤모델이자 멘토 혹은 고민거리에 대해서도 편하게 털어놓을 수 있는 상담사이자 친구가 되어 주셔서 고맙습니다. Now we have a few members of staff to deliver our special thanks to. First and foremost, our boss and head of sixth form, Mr. Cox. We're waiting for flowers. Please greet him with a round of applause. Next, our DP coordinator, Ms. Oliver. our very own head of year, Mr. Pettifer. Thank you. Housemaster of Hala East Boys, Mr. Baker. Housemistress of Hala East Girls, Dr. Dangerfield. Housemaster of Hala North Boys, Mr. Davis. And Housemistress of Hala North Girls, Mrs. Collison. Our extended essay coordinator, Ms. Foley. Our cast coordinator, Ms. McCosker. And last but not least, our head of TOK, Mr. Schwartz. One more thing, to ourselves. Let's give a big round of applause to ourselves on successfully marking an end of our high school in these uncertain times.
Part of the journey is the end, but remember, another exciting chapter of this journey awaits for every one of us. Now it is time to celebrate our graduation and turn our diplomas into something even more valuable.
방금 우리는 긴 여정의 한 부분에 마침표를 찍었습니다. 남은 시간 동안 우리에게 더욱 활기차고 좋은 일들만 있길 바랍니다. 이제는 우리가 오늘 받은 졸업장을 더욱더 의미 있는 것들로 바꿀 시간입니다.
Thank you for listening to the ending address. Next, there will be a music performance by 6 students of the graduating class: Sophie Suman Kim, Jennifer Seon Yoon, Emily Won-young Park, Jason Park, Yeji Jun, and Grace Guyon Lee. They will be playing 3 pieces: La Folia, This Is Me by The Greatest Showman, and See You Again.
이상으로 연설을 마치겠습니다. 마지막 식순으로는 졸업생 김수민, 윤세연, 박원영, 박경진, 전예지, 그리고 이가윤 학생의 연주가 있겠습니다. 모두 큰 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다. Please give them with a round of applause.
Magnificent parting salvo from this remarkable class of students. That brings our Valedictory Ceremony 2020 to a close. Thank you very much. Students, remember your most pressing task now is to make sure you are in that all-important class photo at the front of school. Thank you very much, everyone.